I am just feeling a little blah and down today, so I decided to come outside and get a little bit of sun this morning. Let's see if that sunlight helps us face any, because right now I'm thinking I need to go throw like a bunch of makeup on. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Laura and this is my week 36 update on my intermittent fasting lifestyle with OMAD, and this month, in the month of September, the alternate day fasting lifestyle, and all the good ins and outs about what has happened on my journey. As you can tell, I am outside trying to enjoy some of the sunrise that's coming up. I have not even put makeup on today. Y'all are getting the scary version. Sorry about that, but I just don't feel like dressing up today. I have a lot of stuff to do, so I'm going to get this update out of the way and get on with my busy day. Last week, as you guys know, I was up on the scale. First full week of alternate day fasting, and I gained weight. I was determined this was not going to be a repeat of last week. So I know this is a weight loss vlog, but I hope y'all will forgive me for adding in personal life effects and things that has happened this week, because it has been a super busy week. I wanted to talk more about my ups and downs with alternate day fasting on this vlog, because last week I really didn't get into it much. So this week I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know how each fasting day went. My first, when I call it the fasting days, I'm just talking about full no eating. All we had was unsweet tea, black coffee, and water type days. The first two fasting days were not really that bad. I think we just finished day 10. Yesterday was day 10 of a full fast. They really weren't that bad. Days 3 and 4 of the full fasting days were probably my worst, which was part of last week's video. I did have like a slight headache on day 3, did not feel good, but with those days, we were running back and forth to the hospital, which is about 2 hours away from our home, and so I had a lot of extra driving those couple of days back and forth to Beaumont, and not getting a lot of rest. One morning we literally got home at 2:15 in the morning from Beaumont, and I had to come home each day because, you know, most of you guys know I have chickens and I have a tortoise and I have to feed and water them daily. So we were driving and making that drive back and forth each day. So I think those days were probably my worst ones on the full day fast. The rest of this week has not been bad. So my second full week on alternate day fasting has really gone pretty well, even though we did do a lot of driving back and forth to Beaumont. My mother-in-law was in the hospital for the first part of last week, and then they moved her to hospice for the last part of the week. And it seemed like every time we went to Beaumont, we were on a fast day. It just worked out that way. So when we were in the hospital, really Monday was the worst day of it, because my nephew brought pizza, and I love pizza. Most of you guys know I love pizza. I love anything carby really. But I pushed through and I just sat there and drank a bunch of unsweet tea. I did not fold or cave and did not grab a slice or two of pizza. So I was really proud for that. The next time we went back, again, it was another fast day, so I didn't have to worry about any of the meals or what we were doing there. And then my mother-in-law passed away on Friday, late Friday, this past Friday night. We had a lot of back and forth trips this past week to Beaumont, and overall, you know, as far as ADF goes, it really wasn't that bad. I was busy either driving or hanging out with the family at the hospital or at the hospice center, and just enjoying my family and spending time with them. And I really didn't even think about food that much. So the fasting days this week was not bad. The first 2 days that I fasted, I'd stayed busy. I painted the chicken coop, I was cleaning out my closet, just anything to stay busy, keep my hands busy so I wouldn't be grabbing food. Then the couple of bad days, didn't feel too well. And then this past week, I haven't had any issues. I mean, honestly, The fasting days have not been bad. Every once in a while, like I've said before, between 3 and 5, that hunger will hit, but that's my normal eating hour. So your body is used to eating at that time, and it's like, hey, remember I need to eat. But I just push through, get me some more coffee or tea, and keep on going. So the fasting days have not been that bad at all this week, which I was so happy for. For my meals this week, there was only 3 of them. When you're alternate day fasting, you go through the 1 week you'll have 4 meals, the next week you'll have 3. So this week was the 3 meals, and the first one I forgot to take pictures of. I was at my mom's house. We had stayed there all day, and I cooked a goulash with mashed potatoes for everybody. And I'll insert a picture here. It sort of looks like mine. It was one I found off the internet somebody else had made, but literally it was just like green beans, corn, Rotel tomato, some carrots, some potatoes, all mixed in with hamburger meat, and then we just throw that over mashed potatoes with some cheese on top. And that's what we did on Tuesday for our meal. And then Thursday we went out with friends. We went to my favorite Mexican restaurant, Gringo's, and there I had street ribeye tacos, and of course a lot of chips and salsa and a couple of margaritas. That was the only night that I really ate poorly with the carbs, honestly, the chips and salsa, because I will eat a whole basket of chips by myself. If it's in front of me, I'm going to eat. I don't care if I'm still hungry. I will keep on nibbling. I don't know what it is with chips and salsa, but I will sit there and eat until I pop. Anyways, and for our third meal, I had made sirloin steak, sweet potatoes. I had cut up some sausage and pan fried those with a salad. And we ate at home that day. It was good. I will say on each of our feast days, as they call them, we do a snack at noon and then a regular meal about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And this week when we broke our fast, our snacks ranged from omelets. I made some omelets this week with guacamole. One day we had some leftover steak and spinach dip. So just little portions, nothing too crazy for our snacks. But overall, it was a really good week as far as the ADF goes. Stressful week as far as family life goes. And I'm sorry to throw so much in with the family life, but this has been one of those really stressful, hard weeks for the family, and we will be going back to Beaumont again for the funeral this week. So I thank each and every one of you for all your prayers, because I know a lot of you guys have been praying for my family, whether it's my kid and her surgery, my son flying back and forth to Washington, and now my mother-in-law. But I thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. I'm just hoping life starts getting a little better, because Laura don't do well with stress, because I'm a stress eater, emotional eater, all the above. But I will say, this is probably the best I've done to be under this much stress. Maybe this challenge came at the right time for me, because it's really helped. In my head, I know I'm not eating that day, so I just drink extra water and tea and go and push through. So with all that being said, let's move into the weight loss and the scale. And I wanted to add in, oh gosh, I hope you guys don't get mad at me, but I have about 4 subscribers, maybe more, but I think it's about 4 of us that joined Derek's journey, Derek's weight loss journey challenge, the Beast Mode challenge this month of September. And I am so proud of us, guys. So yesterday his video came out. I will link it down in the description box below if anybody wants to just go view it. But I had 2 of my subscribers make the top 5. I was blown away. I didn't do that well, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm so happy. My daughter was number 3 out of the 5. She lost 6.8 pounds. And Miss Linda, oh, please don't get mad at me, but I'm telling everybody, she did awesome. She lost 7 pounds. She was in the top 5. She was number 5. Latrice, girl, you killed it. Pink lost 7 pounds this first part of the challenge. And, you know, I did okay, fixing to get to that. And I'm just gonna say, Zelda, you and I, we're gonna do better the last part of the challenge. Our numbers weren't that great, but it's all right. We're gonna pick up steam and we're gonna come back strong. So I'm just so happy that you guys joined me on this challenge, and I was blown away to see the numbers. We had a couple people in the challenge that lost like 13 and 15 pounds. I was like, man, it's awesome. It's awesome. I just love to see the community, and me and Ariel, we just could not even wait for the video to come out. We just kept checking and kept checking. It's like, okay, has he posted it? Has he posted it yet? So much fun. But anyways, guys, Derek's journey, he does weight loss challenges 1 month, and then the next month he will do a steps challenge, which is coming up in October, that I will be joining because I'm gonna need some motivation to get through October. I will tell you guys about that in another video, what's happening. Crazy. Anyways, onto the scale. So last week when I weighed in with you guys, I was up, I had gained weight on ADF, and I was at 179.6. I was a little upset with myself because of my poor choices in eating, stress, whatever you want to call it. I was up on the scale. So this week I tried really hard, really tried to keep the carbs not too high, but you know, a little lower than the first full week of ADF. So my second full week of ADF, I rocked it. Guys, this morning I was 174.0. Yes, that's like 5.6 pounds down. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. Oh, by the end of this challenge, I really wanted to see the low 170s. That was the goal. So I feel so much better about it. ADF went so much better this week for me, and the scale reflected it. So that is where I'm at on the scale. I am feeling better, other than the stress of life and things that we've been going through this last week. But as far as weight loss goes, ADF did its job this week, and I lost weight. So overall, super happy. I did up my water a little bit, not too much. I'm still drinking a lot of the unsweet tea, but I did do a little more water this week. And I also went and ran a 5K yesterday morning. So Sunday morning I got up, and I was planning on just doing a lot of walking because I was not sure how I would be feeling with the ADF. I have not really exercised with it, but you sort of get caught up in the moment of a race with all the people. There was probably a little over 2,000 people there, and the momentum, and people start running, and the next thing I know, I'm jumping in line and I'm taking off jogging, you know, not a fast run. But so overall, I did jog a lot of it. Only about mile 2 did I start feeling a little weak. So I stopped, I walked, caught my breath, started jogging again, and then I jogged most of the end of the race. Nothing crazy. My time was on like 41 minutes and 19 seconds. So absolutely not my best time this year in a 5K, but totally not my worst either. And I felt pretty good after it ended. I went and got a water and took some pictures, and I felt pretty good about everything. So my first 5K on ADF, what it proved to me is that I can do it. So I will probably continue. I need to get back into exercising anyhow. So I've told myself, hopefully some this week I will do a little more walking, jogging, because I really need to get back into running. I have several 5Ks at the end of the year, and I'd like to see the times under 40 minutes. So anyways, that is my wrap up this week, guys. I am so glad you guys joined me again. Sorry about the early morning look, but I just wanted to get up, do this video, and get it posted for you guys, because I know a couple of y'all are curious to see what happened. Miss Lucy, thank you for chiming in this morning, and it really got me up and moving. I was like, you know what? I need to just do this video update, because I know a few of you people out there have been praying for my family. So I want to let you guys know what's going on. And we're doing okay. It's going to be a rough day at the funeral this Friday, but other than that, we're all doing okay. And my mom's in a better place. You know, she was in pain, and now she's in a better place. I will truly miss her, because I'm going to tell you guys, I started being a part of that family when I was 14 years old, and I was so unlovable during my teenage years. I was going through so much with my own family drama at that time that I lashed out at everything and everybody, you know, and I had a horrible mouth on me. I popped off things all the time. Looking back on it, it really is like, gosh, if you could go back and change things. But through it all, Mama Jean never treated me any different. She always was good to me. She would always, you know, talk to me and treat me like one of the family. You know, she was constantly cooking and cleaning and feeding everybody. That was just her nature. And even when I was so unlovable, she still treated me good. And I will always appreciate that about her. She was a good woman, strongest woman. One of the strongest women I've ever known in my life. She did it all. She's mowing grass one minute and moving refrigerators around in her house the next. You know, I mean, she did it all. She just worked hard, and I will truly miss her. I love her so much. And like I said, I've been in that family for 30 something years, 38 years or so. Oh good God, 36, yikes. So even though I did not see them all the time, they are my family. And she was always good to my kids, which were her grandbabies. And it's a big family. You know, she had 5 children and they have like 15 grandkids, and God only knows the amount of great grandkids. So it's a really big family, and through all the ups and downs, she's a good woman, and I will truly miss her. So this is sort of like a tribute video at the same time to my mother-in-law. And her and my father-in-law were married 65 years, and he's truly going to miss her. We were talking to him the other night, and he was telling us how they met. He was behind her in some kind of theater, and he was pulling her ponytail. And that's how they met. It must have been love at first sight for him, because after that night, they were together, you know? So it was just a neat story to hear, and sort of heartwarming to know that generation, it's not like these generations nowadays. These kids, they'll never know what it means to be married for 50 or 60 something years. It's just heartbreaking to see how things have changed over the decades. But definitely my mother and father-in-law stuck it out. You know, my mom and dad have been married 57 years. They've stuck it out, and it's a blessing to see the marriages last that long. Anyways, I may not even put any of this in here. I don't know. I'm just rambling right now. So guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. And I will check in next Monday, let you guys know how things are going on ADF for a full 3 weeks. This week, overall, was pretty good. I will see you guys next week for another update on how my journey is going. And I just hope each and every one of you have a fabulous week ahead of you. The sun is now up and my chickens are hungry, so I'm gonna wrap this up and go feed the animals. All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all next Monday. Bye.